He's kind of unpredictable, and that enhances the whole scenario of a scene. And
welcome to the Pan India project. My name is Rohan, aka the Indian Cinema Junkie, and for today's episode, this is actually the first director's interview on this podcast, and we're kicking this off with the director of Mammootty's upcoming film Kamalkaval, and we're here with Jithin K Jose. Welcome to the Pan India project.
thank you, bro.
Thanks. So we are 8 days away from the film. So how are you feeling now? We are getting closer to the day of the release.
I'm kind of excited about the release. We are waiting for so long for this release day. We have a lot of work to do. We are in the final stage of the post production. I mean, the sound mixing and other things are going on, and I think we are confident on the film. We are waiting to see the exact response from the audience.
Yeah, and I just want to ask, how did you first come up with the name Kamalkaval?
I have a co-writer for this film. We were planning to go along with some other titles, but we weren't that happy with those titles because they were interesting, but they were some kind of revealing type. So we were thinking about some other options or better options, not only for the revealing reasons, for the better impression itself. So one day while we were discussing about some other things, we come across with this particular tale. It's actually a ritual happening across the temples in southern part of the Kerala. And while we come to know about the history and the actual political and other aspects of that ritual, we come to realize that it's some kind of spiritually connected to our film. And the word meaning of that word, the Kalamkaval means like protecting a column or protecting a realm or something like that in English. Not exactly, but that similar meaning it carries. And another thing is this story happens across the border area of Kerala and Tamil Nadu states. So we are representing two different cultures and two different languages in this film in a tricky manner. So this same word carries the same meaning in both in Malayalam and Tamil. That too accelerated our interest to this title. And another thing that existed was it's kind of an alien title. Not everybody knows about this particular word. So some people told us that maybe it will become some kind of alien thing or something like. But while we were talking the same thing with Mammootty, he was also very interested in this title. So we were confident to go on with it. And eventually, while we were declaring this title, there were a lot of write-ups and discussions going on in the social media about the actual origin and actual meaning of this title. So it went on to become very popular, those discussions. So that alienating thing didn't happen. It became a popular thing, so we were happy about the decision.
Okay, and you know when you said you told Mamuka about the name, what was it like narrating the story to him? And how easy was it to convince him?
We had some common connections to lead us to him. And while I was going to his home to narrate the screenplay, he had a kind of impression about the subject and other things. So that helped us getting some more time. I mean, I was not a great person in narrating the stories, but I have a confidence while narrating the whole screenplay because I am a first-time director, so I have my limitations because they have no idea about how I'm going to make a film or like that because there aren't any previous examples. So I always felt like I have to add a little more detailing other than the screenplay to exactly communicate the cinematic concept I am carrying. So while I got that amount of time, I was kind of confident about it. So and while we start narrate and when we progress, we started asking some doubts about the subject and some doubts about the screenplay structure and other things. That made me think like, oh, he's kind of interested. That's why he's getting this kind of curiosity in it. So eventually, it ended up like he's having confidence on the subject, and he immediately said we can move forward. And after some days or something like that, they also provide me the option of producing the film by themselves itself. So that made us more happier.
And you know, with Vinayakan being an addition in this film, was it Mammootty's idea to bring him on as well?
Yeah, because while this film demands two major characters, and we were thinking about many other options. While I was discussing the same scenario with one of my friends, he also suggested this guy, Vinayakan, and I also felt like it's a good option. And while I was thinking about it for some days, suddenly one day I got a call from Mamuka, and he suggested this name. And he has this Vinayakan. He has a very good history of creating amazing characters throughout his career in different dimensions and other things in other languages also. He always
Mm,
leaves an impression of some kind of uniqueness in every character he portrays. And in our scenario, this particular character is slightly different from the other characters he has done throughout his career, and in a cumulative manner, with his ability to perform in a different manner, and this character's differentiated thing, these both things excited me to think like, oh, he's going to deliver something new. And in the coming days after that decision, while we were shooting, I also felt like it was a very good decision, and we were very happy for Mamuka suggesting him, and we are grateful to Vinayakan to accepting this role. He was also very busy after the
yeah.
jailer and the success of the jailer, and he had a lot of offers coming in from all across the country. So he had some interest in our subject, and he said yes to us. That was a very good thing for us.
Yeah, and with both these actors, I know it's your first time directing. How was the whole experience of directing for the first time? I know you're a writer in the film. Is it Got Up, right?
Oh, yeah,
With
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
and then you've transitioned into a director for the first
Yeah.
time. How was that transition?
Initially, it was very exciting because in Malayalam, every debut director's biggest dream is to debut with Mamoka. It's an urban legend or something, because he always opens up to debut directors comparatively, and there is a very interesting history of many directors debut with him. So initially, it gave me a lot of thrill, and along with that, had a kind of tension also, because I am also going to direct for the first time, and I'm gonna I had to manage these two legendary actors. Those things also there. So it was kind of worrying in a little bit, and it was also exciting for me. But initially, after we started the tour for the very first 2 3 days, I come to know that they are very supportive, and there is no need of any kind of pressure or anything, because if we have a clear clarity in everything, because they have a lot of doubts, they have many suggestions and many other things. So if we have a picture clarity in everything, and if we can articulate the things clearly to them, then there is nothing to worry about. That was I come to know after the first 2 or 3 days itself. Then it became a very exciting thing, because since these two guys are portraying the main characters, they have a ability to surprise us with extraordinary performance and unexpected things throughout the process. So the whole process was very exciting with the presence of them itself. I'm very happy for the cooperation and other things.
And was there any like feedback or advice they would give you to help? Like if there was something you're stuck on, would they like give some input into the whole like production of the film or anything?
Yeah. It was more like on the screenplay itself, while we were staging the scene and we were staging the other characters and everything, they also have their own says. They have their own opinions. They will not impose anything on us, but they give us some another additional options and like that. And while we discussed the scene division and other designing things, they also come to realize how we are going to shoot the scene, and they come prepared with performing in a different manner or something like that. And then we also know that they are very experienced guys, and not only in the case of acting, they are very experienced in technical aspects and other in many things. So they were like good friends for me to bring the better version of the film. That helped
Yeah.
me very lot, very much.
Yeah, and I would just want to talk about the first thing the team launched for this film was the poster of Mammootty smoking that cigarette, kind of grabbing that guy. Did you expect people to straight away think, is he playing a villain in this film? What was your reaction to like the public's reaction to that poster?
There were a lot of speculations going around the atmosphere about this film from the day it announced itself. Most of them were not official or not from our official handles. So we had to kind of address the scenario with our first look itself. So that's why we planned that kind of a first look for the film. And since we know here is a history going on with many protagonists doing many violent things in the film. In all those scenarios, they have their own justice for doing very violent things and other things. So, from a still of an actor doing that kind of thing, we cannot make sure that this guy is an antagonist or something like that. Maybe there are some justice for their actions. Maybe not. Only film can speak it. So
Yeah.
it's a tricky scenario we created. You can have your own explanations for the first look and other things, but the actual reason behind those activities and other things can be of a protagonist or can be of an antagonist. It's only the film can speak those things, but we are giving some tips. That's only.
Yeah, because I think even with the two videos we've got,
Yeah,
you haven't given anything away with Mammootty's character. Yes, we've seen Vinayakan, he's kind of like this police officer type role. But whereas Mammootty, you've literally given us only 2 frames.
yeah.
Was that a strategic purpose? Did you not want to like reveal anything about the character?
Yeah, that was our strategy itself. It was planned like that because we had many discussions going on around what we can reveal, what we cannot. And this film, its genre itself is a crime thriller and a crime drama. It's a mix up of these things. So since we know that these crime thrillers carry a lot of surprise elements throughout the film, that is an essential for the film. That experience the genre itself stands for that thing. So we cannot give away many things. So, but we cannot hide everything. We have to give some
No.
glimpse also. So there are
Yeah.
discussions going on around the about the film and about the character. Many discussions are going on. So we have to directly or indirectly address them. That's why we decided to give only a little bit of information to our video outputs.
Yeah, because then I guess it gets people to go into the cinema because I think everyone's wondering
Yeah, yeah,
what
yeah,
Mammootty's role is as well. And
yeah,
even in terms of the first song we got,
yeah,
it's quite a retro feel for me. Like it's kind of like an old school type of song.
yeah.
Is that going to be shown within the film? Is the film kind of an old school thriller as well?
We purposefully created a retro type song, like maybe it reminds you as of vintage Ilayaraja or some kind of music from that song itself, and that has some chills also. It has some kind of genre that carries. So we do not place any songs for the sake of songs. We place the song for the sake of the cinema itself, or maybe for the character itself. So there are some reasons behind that particular song. It's we are using it as a small tool also. So that's why we released it earlier so that the people can have a connection with that song. It was released purposefully.
Yeah, because it is quite a cheerful song. Like
Yeah,
we hear the female voice, but I think at the same time there's that like spookiness, that mystery
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that goes
yeah,
along with it. So I think you're
yeah,
right about how you said you've done it like on
yeah,
purpose, basically.
yeah. It
And
was
even
intentional.
with yeah, and even you just mentioned earlier about the film being like there's violent parts and stuff. And from what I've seen, the color palette, there's a lot of red
Yeah, yeah,
within
yeah,
the text and stuff. Was
yeah.
that to show that the violence? Was it to replicate anything in particular?
I cannot say whether it has any connection to violence or not, but it's also intentional. We were planning to make some that kind of tone. It was intentional. We were planning these things way across the filmmaking. So the palettes were planned like that. There are reasons, but I cannot say directly it is connected to violence or anything else like that. Some kind of connection is there in the whole about the whole theme of this film and the characterizations also.
Hmm. And in terms of the theme, I know you mentioned like the origin of the name, but is this film based on any true events that have transpired?
This film itself is heavily inspired from more than one or two or many other incidents, real life incidents that happened across the different parts of India. but we never try to follow any particular incident or any particular person in a particular manner, or we are not trying to document anything or like that. The basic spark of this film came from a fictional input. So we are trying to follow that fictional cinematic concept only. That only gave us a height to make a film. It's not because of we have heard a very interesting story, so let's it was not the thought process behind it. We can and come
Yeah.
across some different real life scenarios, and other than that, there we could get some kind of a fictional angle to connect them and mold them into make another different cinematic concept. That is the driving force. So while you're watching the film, you may feel the like some incidents or some characters. Oh, I have seen somewhere, I have heard about this guy somewhere. That may be there. Other than it, it's not directly following any person or any incident.
Yeah, and even with the trailer, so like from the trailer, the beginning describes, like you've mentioned, the two villages, and then you've kind of got the chase looking for the killer, and then you've got the guy talking about his family as well. How were you able to construct all these elements together? How much of a challenge was it when like
Oh,
putting the trailer together and making the film?
it wasn't. We were very since my very first film. I had this concern about detailing because the articulation thing is very important. I have to articulate everything to every single guy. So because of that scenario, I had already prepared a very detailed screenplay for with minute detailing. So it wasn't that difficult for me because I had got a very good supporting system from the company, from as the project designer, production designer is the our cinematographer, associate director. Everybody helped me very much. So it was not that difficult. It was because the screenplay was that much in detailed. So that detailed screenplay helped me conveying the things and managing the whole scenario in a easy manner. It wasn't that difficult for me.
And you mentioned about having a good support team. How important is that when making a film or even your first film? How important is it?
It's one of the most important thing I think because whenever you have got a very good supporting team behind you, you will be like a tension free guy because since it's a creative thing, you the primary thing you have to attain is a peaceful mind. That's where we can do this job very peacefully. So since I got a very experienced and very nice guys. They all also every one of them were very nice too. I mean the characters also. So that made the job very easy. I had to concentrate on the creative department only. Other logistic things and management things, man management things. There are continuity things. There are the arrangement things, charting there. Everything is there. So everything goes around us, goes under us, and goes according to our plans only. So since the system was very crystal clear about everything, our job was very easy comparatively. So the whole process became a easy path for me.
Okay, and I actually want to ask you a question because there was an article by a Hollywood reporter recently, and they said what you said about the fact that when you were filming and Mammootty gave that look, I think everyone's reaction, you were like surprised on like how evil it was, right? So did you
Kind of.
have so once you saw it, did anything have to change or because were you all surprised when you saw it?
It was like we know Mammootty from for a very long, very long time. We know him from I think from where from 4 5 decades he is here. He's rolling here with his acting ability. So whenever we describe a particular scene to him, while we discussing what kind of emotion he has to emote, he understands it and he delivers it in a peculiar manner. So sometimes it goes beyond our judgment or something like that because it is the X factor he carries along with him. I think the same experience is common to every other directors also. I feel like that while working with him particularly because he has that ability to analyze the particular thing, analyze the particular emotion, and he always try to give something new, something apart from all what he has given already. That kind of intention is there in his blood. So and he's capable of it. That capability is also there. So he always surprises us with some minute signature things from him. That's a very unanimous experience for us also. I think it's his peculiarity only. He's kind of unpredictable in some areas, and that enhances the whole scenario of a scene and something like that. So that adds a little extra feelings to the scene.
And then what was it like directing Vinayakan then? How much different was it from directing the both?
It was kind of slightly different, but he's also like he comes with a very detailed doubts also there, because he goes through every minute dialogues and every minute actions of the whole scenario. He comes a little early and communicate with the co-actors how we are gonna stage the thing. He communicate everything with me, and how is the visual designing and other things going. And he also inquires about how the co-actors are planning to stage their activities and other things. And there is always a give and take policy goes around him. So in the whole designing process, his presence gave us an extra boost. I think he always tried to contribute something, and he comes with a very detailed study and other things. So that was a very good experience for me, and he's very professional in acting and other things. So it was a very fine experience. Mamuka is slightly different, but he is also he both of them have this ability to follow a give and take policy throughout the filmmaking. That gives us kind of extra chill also. They never
Yeah.
compose, they never compel anything or like that, but they give us some suggestions. If we are okay with it, we can take. Or otherwise we can tell them what's the reason. They are happy with it. They don't have any kind of ego or anything like that. That gave
No.
us a smooth pathway.
Yeah, and I actually want to talk. There's a genre I think within Malayalam cinema which is undiscovered. I think that there's a genre of debut directors delivering like really good films. I know this is your first directorial debut, but like Kumbalangi Nights, Rajamanikam, like I feel like there's a genre here with all of you debut directors. I don't know how do you all do it?
I cannot say how in my scenario, because my film is yet to be released, so I cannot
Yeah, could be the
comment
next
about
one.
that. God, only after releasing we can say anything like that. I think
Yeah,
there is a history because I think there exists a supporting system for the debut directors. I think from the actors and technicians and others. If we have a kind of convention in our subject, and if it has some kind of stuff there, I think we can accumulate a group from here itself. So a supporting system is going on here. And in my scenario, only after the release we can say anything like that.
yes, we can talk
It's a,
about
it's a, yeah,
talk
it's a
about it. But then,
subjective thing. I am hopefully it
yeah,
lands
fingers crossed. Yes,
in a good manner.
yeah, I'm sure it will because even with this film itself, how do you want people to leave the theater? What reaction do you want them to have?
I want them to carry on with some kind of excitement throughout the filmmaking, throughout the watching process. With we know what kind of emotions we can generate from watching a kind of crime drama or crime thriller film. There will be some excitements. There will be some elements of unpredictability, and there will be some experience of experiencing some different characters. And not from there may be some characters where we are not familiar with our daily life. So in crime thrillers and crime dramas, we have the ability to discover new kind of character traits and other things. So if I can provide them these kind of elements, I will be happy. I'm trying to do that itself.
Yeah, because how many characters are there altogether? Do you have a lot of characters in this film
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah,
are kind of in the main position, right? I mean, you've got Vinayak and you've got Mammootty, but
yeah.
then how many supporting characters are there?
There are other characters also. And, there are many women characters also. I cannot number them exactly because we
Yeah,
have a strategy of revealing some of them before the release itself. So I cannot number them because there are some speculations about the number of lady characters and other things. But we cannot address that those speculations officially. We are planning to reveal some things.
and also with your journey within Malayalam cinema,
Mhm.
why did you want to become a director?
I started my journey as a writer in Coop. First, while I come to the industry, I was always fascinated about the writing itself, and I had some kind of interest and will try to do direct in a later future or something like that. But while going through the journey, I slowly become more passionate about the direction department itself, because I always feel like it's the ultimate thing a filmmaker can do. It's a director's thing. So gradually, I started pursuing that dream, and I got some connections and assisted in some movies. And while I got a conference in a subject, I tried my level best to develop it into a full screenplay. After finishing it and after gaining some confidence on it, I tried to pitch it to many places. It's a usual thing.
Yeah. And how long did it take you to come up with the film? How long was the idea process?
I think I had this idea in my mind for a very long time. I was trying to figure it out how I could make a screenplay structure out of it. I think that I don't. I think maybe I was not fully sitting on it, but while traveling and while doing other films, I was always thinking about the process of the screenplay. And while I landed into the actual structure of the screenplay, I mean, a structure we can put it into a paper or 4 or 5 pages. We get a skeleton of the film. After making a show, it's kind of packed or something like that. Then I started writing the final draft. After finishing the structure, the screenplay took, I think, some weeks or something like that. But that process of creating the entire skeleton, it took a lot of time. It is the main
Yeah.
thing, I think.
Because I guess you think about it, and then sometimes the creativity is not there. But then when you're not doing it, you come up with the story, right? It comes in your brain when you're not thinking about it, right?
Yeah. Correct. While
Yeah.
maybe while traveling, while if we come across with some songs or something like it, maybe stimulate us, and it may lead us into our screenplay and characters or something like that. Maybe we get
Yeah.
some exciting ideas at that time also.
And did you get any inspiration anywhere? Like what was the inspiration behind the idea?
No, not anything. As I said earlier, I got this very exact inspiration from my those friends itself. From one of the friends' suggestions. That suggestions itself didn't digest well in while hearing it for the first time. But while traveling back, I got to think like that. If we applied that suggestion, there may be a possibility of creating this kind of a scene. That's a kind of a scene. That scene gave me a kind of chill. So that chill eventually led us into developing it into the full screenplay. So that was the moment, I think.
And I'm sure if it gave you a chill, it's gonna give a lot more people that chill as well when they watch it in the cinema.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah. So now we're gonna do a not so rapid fire round. So I've got some questions here,
Hmm.
and I'm just gonna let you answer them as good as you can. So
Okay.
you ready?
Yeah.
What's 3 films you would recommend to someone who's never watched Malayalam cinema?
Maybe recently this Kishkindakandam is and this Mannimal Boys is the Churuli is the okay. I am
Yeah.
thinking about the recent films. Okay.
Okay. 3 Malayalam movies you would rate 10 out of 10.
I don't. Maybe that Anantaram or Yavaniga or
Which one was easier for Kamalkaval, writing or directing?
I think directing.
The biggest challenge you faced on set?
Biggest challenge was it was some unexpected thing. Means directing some actors. I cannot
Okay.
name or anything, but that was
The best piece of advice you've received?
the best piece was like if your conference is real, then never bother about anything else. It has many other meanings. The content should be real. That's very
Yeah.
important.
One piece of advice you would give to aspiring directors?
Maybe the same thing. The very best I got, so I have to tell them that
Yes.
you should make sure that your conference is real. maybe we sometimes we feel like that. Okay, this is okay. I'm done with the very, very good screenplay, or I'm done with the very good subject.
Yeah, you
It
overdo
cannot
it,
be. It
and
cannot be
yeah,
real every time. So
no.
make it sure it's correct.
One of the most memorable days on set was, what was the most memorable day?
Most memorable day was one day while we were shooting a scene with Mamuka. He gave us something, and it gave us literal chills. And
Oh,
yeah, I cannot say, I cannot assure it's the same while the film or something. I am talking about the film making process and only that day and that moment. I think
one actor you would like to work with after Kamalkaval?
maybe I would say Mamuka itself.
Oh yeah, once again, of course, of course. And the last one film the world can watch in the cinema on November 27th.
Kalankawa, you mean Kalankawa?
Yes, that's it. Yes, that's the one. That was the one. So perfect. And just, I want to do one last question. Why should people go and watch Kamalkaval at the cinema?
It's definitely it's going to be a new experience for you. If you love crime dramas and crime thrillers, it will always obviously it's going to give you a kind of new experience for you. I know there are a lot of templates and there are a lot of history about history of many films, but we are confident about giving you something new, and in terms of the whole cinematic experience and in terms of some cinematic performances also. It will be a very good theatrical experience for you.